What if I told you that the most famous structures on Earth were built without wheels, without iron tools, without cranes, and yet still stand taller, stronger, and more precise than many modern buildings? The Great Pyramids of Giza rise from the desert like timeless sentinels, their massive stones perfectly aligned, their secrets locked away for millennia. These monuments have fascinated explorers, scientists, and dreamers for centuries, sparking countless theories and legends about their origins. The Great Pyramids of Giza have survived for over 4,500 years. Wars, earthquakes, sandstorms, and the rise and fall of civilizations. Through all this, they have remained, watching as empires crumbled and new worlds emerged. Their endurance is a testament not only to the ingenuity of their builders, but also to the enduring mystery that surrounds them. How did these ancient people achieve such a feat, and why do their methods still puzzle us today? But here's the real mystery. How did ancient Egyptians, armed with nothing but stone tools and human muscle, build something so massive, so precise, and so enduring, that even today we struggle to fully explain it? Imagine the sheer scale, millions of limestone and granite blocks, some weighing as much as 80 tons, transported and stacked with astonishing accuracy. No written records detail the exact process, leaving us to piece together clues from the stones themselves. Were the pyramids built with ramps? Some believe massive earthen ramps spiraled around the structures, while others suggest straight ramps or even internal passageways. Each theory has its strengths and weaknesses, but none have been definitively proven. Was there lost ancient technology? Some speculate about forgotten machines or advanced knowledge lost to time, pointing to the precision of the stonework and the scale of the project as evidence of something beyond simple tools. Or is the truth something far more ingenious and human than we've been led to believe? Modern archaeologists are uncovering new evidence that points to extraordinary organization, teamwork, and innovation among the ancient Egyptians. Perhaps the real marvel is not lost technology, but the power of human determination and creativity. Today, we're peeling back the stone layers and uncovering the real story of how the pyramids of Giza were built. We'll explore the latest discoveries, test the most compelling theories, and reveal the incredible human effort behind these wonders. And, trust me, it's even more impressive than the myths. The true story of the pyramids is a testament to what people can achieve when they dream big, work together, and refuse to give up in the face of the impossible. Let's start with the numbers, because they're staggering. The pyramids of Giza aren't just ancient monuments, they're feats of engineering that continue to baffle and inspire us thousands of years after their construction. When you look at these colossal structures rising from the desert, it's almost impossible to imagine how they were built with the tools and technology available at the time. The Great Pyramid of Khufu is made of an estimated 2.3 million limestone blocks. Each of these blocks was quarried, transported, and set into place with astonishing precision. Imagine the sheer manpower and organization required to move and position so many stones, each one fitting perfectly with the next. Each block weighs anywhere from 2 to 15 tons. That's the equivalent of a large SUV to a small truck, per stone. And yet, these massive blocks were somehow lifted and stacked to form a structure that has stood for millennia. Some granite blocks inside the pyramid are even more mind-boggling, weighing over 70 tons. These stones were transported from quarries hundreds of miles away, across the Nile, and then hauled into the heart of the pyramid. The pyramid originally stood 481 feet tall, making it the tallest man-made structure on Earth for nearly 4,000 years. For context, that's taller than a 40-story building, and it held this record until the construction of the Lincoln Cathedral in England in the 14th century. Now here's the part that truly blows minds. Each side of the pyramid is aligned to true north with an error of less than 0.05 degrees. This level of accuracy is so precise, it's almost as if they had access to modern surveying equipment. That's more accurate than many modern buildings built using GPS and laser-guided tools. Even today, engineers marvel at how the ancient Egyptians achieved such perfection without the technology we take for granted, and the base is so level that it varies by less than 1 inch across its entire surface. Over an area covering more than 13 acres, this is a level of craftsmanship that defies belief. So the question isn't if ancient Egyptians could build it. The question is how. With only copper tools, ropes, wooden sleds, and the sheer determination of thousands of workers. The scale of the impossible becomes even more astonishing when you realize it was achieved by human hands, guided by ingenuity and vision. Let's kill one of the biggest myths right now. The pyramids were not built by slaves. For centuries, Hollywood and ancient Greek writers painted a picture of enslaved masses whipped into building monuments for cruel pharaohs, but archaeology tells a very different story. Near the pyramids, scientists discovered workers' villages, complete with homes, bakeries, breweries, medical facilities, even evidence of paid labor and healed injuries. These were skilled laborers, stonecutters, engineers, haulers, surveyors, fed well, and treated with respect. Many worked seasonally during the Nile's annual flood, when farming was impossible. In other words, the pyramids weren't built by oppression. They were built by organization, engineering, and national pride. So how did they cut millions of stone blocks without steel tools? The answer: simple tools used brilliantly. For limestone, workers used copper chisels, dolerite hammerstones, and wooden wedges soaked in water to split rock naturally. For granite, one of the hardest stones on Earth, they used dolerite pounding stones, striking the surface thousands of times until it slowly shaped. Was it fast? No. Was it effective? Absolutely. Experimental archaeology has proven that with enough workers and time, these methods work. And remember, ancient Egypt had both. Now comes the big question everyone asks. How did they move the stones? No wheels, no cranes, no machines. The answer lies in one brilliant discovery. In 2014, archaeologists found a tomb painting showing workers dragging a massive stone statue on a wooden sled, while another worker pours water onto the sand in front of it. Why water? Because wet sand becomes firmer, reducing friction by nearly 50%. That single trick allowed teams of workers to move stones weighing several tons, using ropes and coordinated pulling. This wasn't brute force, it was physics. And once the stones reached the pyramid site, the real engineering challenge began. How did the ancient Egyptians lift stones weighing several tons, raising them hundreds of feet into the air to create the iconic pyramids? This question has fascinated historians, engineers, and archaeologists for centuries, sparking one of the greatest debates in Egyptology. This is where theories explode into a whirlwind of ideas, each trying to solve the mystery of pyramid construction. The straight ramp theory proposes a colossal ramp stretching from the ground all the way to the summit. A single, monumental causeway. But there's a major problem with this idea. Building such a ramp would have required more material than the pyramid itself, making it almost as much of an engineering feat as the pyramid. The zigzag ramp. Theory suggests ramps that wrap around the outside, zigzagging up the pyramid's faces to reduce the amount of material needed. While this seems more practical, there's a catch. No clear remains of such ramps have ever been found at the site, leaving the theory unproven. Enter the spiral internal ramp theory. This idea imagines a ramp built inside the pyramid itself, spiraling upward as construction progressed. Today, many experts consider this one of the most promising and innovative modern theories. According to this theory, as the pyramid rose, workers used a hidden internal spiral ramp to haul stones upward, cleverly concealed within the structure's walls. This could explain why we don't see any external ramp remains, how the Egyptians managed to move massive stones to great heights, and even some of the mysterious internal voids recently discovered by modern technology. The internal ramp theory is elegant, practical, and a testament to ancient ingenuity, an engineering solution that was truly ahead of its time. Ultimately, these theories remind us of something profound. The ancient Egyptians weren't just guessing. They were master engineers, combining creativity, mathematics, and sheer determination to build wonders that still inspire awe today. Now let's talk about accuracy. How did they align the pyramids so perfectly? No compass, no GPS. They used the stars. By observing the rotation of circumpolar stars, Egyptian astronomers could find true north with astonishing precision. Using plumb lines, leveling trenches filled with water, and geometry passed down through generations, they achieved accuracy that still amazes modern engineers. This wasn't magic, it was science. thousands of years ahead of its time. So, why go through all this effort? Because for the ancient Egyptians, the pyramid wasn't just a tomb, it was a resurrection machine, a cosmic ladder, a symbol of divine order. They believed the pharaoh became a god after death, ascending to the stars to maintain balance in the universe. The pyramid's shape represented the Benben stone, the first land to rise from the primordial waters of creation. To them, building a pyramid wasn't optional, it was essential. So, how were the pyramids of Giza really built? Not by aliens, not by lost super technology, not by slaves. They were built by human ingenuity, relentless effort, and a civilization that mastered mathematics, astronomy, physics, and organization long before modern textbooks existed. And maybe that's the most incredible part. The pyramids don't show us what ancient people lacked. They show us what they were capable of, and every stone still standing today is proof. If you enjoyed this deep dive into one of humanity's greatest mysteries, hit that like button, subscribe for more ancient secrets, and tell me in the comments what part of the pyramid mystery fascinates you the most. Until next time, keep questioning history.